Aloha, dear friends. Today I want to read a few lines from a book of Marko Pogacnik on elemental entities. I'm gonna translate it from German to English. Because of the actuality, there's mentioned also something about atom energy, and the subtitle of the book is Encounters with the Earth's Soul. So I'm going to read here from page 70. From the meaning of the relation between the creative, active human and the assisting elemental entities, also another fairy tale is reporting about it, and these are the Einzelmännchen of Cologne. The handworking people in the medieval Cologne, they could, according to the fairy tale, they could work during the days without any worries, and no, they could just enjoy the life during the day, because the elemental entities, the Einzelmännchen, were at night doing all the work for them. In this sharing of roles of day and night work, I see a symbolic description of the archetype perceived dual-layered nature of any hand-working activity. In this case, the human was working in the visible day world of matter, where at the same time the elemental entities were working in the invisible, so to say the night world, synchronic to that. And by their work was to embed the human work into the ancient archetypal structures of the whole world, holistic world. The life joy that the handworking people of Cologne of these ancient days were experienced like an unbroken feast was the expression of the inner fulfillment that a human is experiencing if and when their work or their tools that he is employing or using every day is given life or is filled with soul by the support and co-work of the elemental spirits. The onslaught of the technological age in the elemental world. The language of the Cologne Einzelmännchen fairy tale is very fairy tale language, so that we can hardly see that it's dealing with the problems of the modern technology age, and lastly also with the consumer society. How could one explain this to the rational mind? Everything that moves, like a shaver or an aeroplane or even the ankle of a foot, is driven by an inner force. And indeed, this life force this living force, has no material form. When it is about mechanical movement on the physical plane, but nevertheless, what is bringing about this movement is lying beyond matter. The movement which is moving the movable is springing forth from the womb of the elemental world. Because our society has no more access to the source of sources, we have become victims of two dangerous developments. We have to produce ever faster and have to consume at the same speed to cover up the exploitation of life's basics through our technological and agricultural production to cover that up. On the other hand, we try by an aggressive scientific work and by using atom energy in artificial intelligence, genetic manipulation, cloning, nanotechnology, etc., to enter into the life and conscious dimensions which are actually reserved for the elemental entities. At the same time, these five mentioned areas are not to be excluded explicitly from our scientific research, but because our researchers are not taking into account the elemental intelligence into researching these fields, or even rejecting them, the results of such developed technologies can become so unimaginable destructive, as we can see it in the case of Chernobyl. A healthy alternative would be to open up for the possibility of the existence of a nature intelligence that is able to work with atom energy, genetic codes, and cosmic memory in a harmonic way with the goals of the Earth soul, to come in harmony with that. And our scientists could learn from that intelligence the appropriate technologies and could develop that technologies in dialogue with the elemental world. So, for example, I can suggest here the Abhat Horus. And furthermore, this fairy tale of the Cologne Heinzelmännchen is also explaining how through the interference of the human intellect this union was destroyed. Here it was a tailor's, no, not a tailor's, those who stitch, you know, the wife of a stitcher man, I don't know what's in English. She was so curious and wanted to see this secret helpers of her husband with her own eyes. So that is symbolizing the destructive power of the aufklärerisch means of the intellectual mind. And so the woman was putting peas, little peas, green peas, on the stairs, so that the Einzelmännchen, they were slipping and falling down. And in the shine of her lamp, which is here symbolizing the intellect, for a little short while she could get a glance of them. But in a second they were gone, because they cannot exist on the mental plane. And they never returned after that. And in the sweat of their daily work, they had to do all their work on their own without the support of the elemental entities, the Einzelmännchen. Though I have to say that, according to my opinion, Marko Pogacnik is saying here, there is confusion here, because it is the woman which is accused here of this, causing this break, which is actually came about through the patriarchic power movements, and so this tale is exactly depicting the tragedy of the humans that have become estranged to the world of the elementals. Now we are able to produce everything what the human mind is imagining, but our works, our creations, don't have any more the depth that in every moment give us the peace of the universe and connect us with our souls. The extremely emotional cold, which is only produced by the mental plane, this production which is coming only from the mental plane, associated with the complete denial of the elemental intelligence of nature, is affecting that the elemental entities cannot any longer follow our creations, and they cannot give soul to our creations. So what is coming about in this way is in the end nothing more than dead, and can easily turn against humanity and nature. So these are just some thoughts from a wonderful book, which is actually a very positive book. Just this chapter was a little bit critical view on it. Marko Pogacnik, Elemental Entities, Encounters with the Earth Soul. Good read. Thank you for your interest. Aloha.